this had been officially one of the most torturous days on oil we can remember. Finally, at 12:06 we had taken a trade on oil. So let's review the structure. Let's review what causing so much excruciating fluff. Price had reached danger zone level. Bearish trend is completely exhausted. Incredibly powerful buying formations were formed prior to the market open. And here oil had been giving us danger zone dance. This is my guiding light collapsing and dancing here worthlessly. We have not had any solid trade setup, none whatsoever. This feels like Christmas time. And finally, price is reaching decision point 1. This is the end of the minor trend. Will price finally blast through and give us meaning? We're not out of the woods, but oil finally showing potential. If it's gonna blast through, it will fly all the way to the danger zone levels. And this is why it is so incredibly critical. If you know the price structure, if you know the rules, very powerful formations outside of trading room hours. While we're babysitting oil, let's take a look and let's see what I'm expecting on S&P for the rest of the day. I expect that finally on S&P, price will continue down, down, down. Look to buy, especially if you know those very critical 4 rules you learned at 1753 area. But based on the current structure, at the end of the minor trend, which is what decision point 1 is, it is the most critical level in the market structure. Those of you who trade and know Alpha Wave Trader method, if 4 rules are met, enjoy the ride. If not, pretty please, remember what price is telling you and ignore all the rest. Remain conservative and selective trader. So again, levels on S&P 1753 will be the end of the minor trend. Eventually, if minor trend is broken, I expect price to make it all the way to 1735. The formula remains the same. This will be my trade exhaustion level. So what are you witnessing? You're witnessing incredible struggle on oil, and oil is finally blasting through. This is what's incredibly critical and incredibly powerful if you play by the rules. My trail 94.57. Pretty please take some profits off the table at this area, but do remember, everything I do for demonstration purposes only, moving my stop outside of break even. As always, when danger zone is reached, I expect the price to pull with power down. And this is the most critical level in the market structure. So 94.74 is incredibly critical. If sellers do not show up at this level, what do I expect the price to do? I expect the price to move up much further out. So please take some profits off at this level, trailing very carefully 94.62. So why did I expect buyers to show up? Because my short trend had reached danger zone level. This is my trend exhaustion level. This is where you remember not to acquire trend positions. But this incredibly boring dance continues, reminding you, know your levels. So how did I know that price will start push to the downside at this level? This is exactly why I named this level danger zone. Formula remains the same. It doesn't matter to me if it's oil 1 hour or if it's oil 8 range. Know your levels, know what not to enter into, and know where to take profits off the table. As I spelled out, until danger zone is broken, we're still ranging on the range charts because the buyers remained very, very weak. Therefore, as you could see, I'm spelling out, respect this level. All the trading still remains on minor time frames, but we finally seeing the meaning. Thank you, Hank. But this is the power of alpha wave trader method. Once you learn how to trade pure price, you can trade anything, any instrument in any time frame. And as you're witnessing, still, bulls are having incredibly difficult time. And why? Oh, why? Because as spelled out and as discussed for the last few months, the short had been on our monthly chart. This is our short trade that started 3 months ago. On monthly chart, know your levels. This is the power of the pure price. Once you learn how to trade, you can trade anything. The price is heading all the way to 92.55. That's why sellers are still domineering, not to be ignored. And incredibly powerful levels on oil weekly. Oil is heading all the way to 91.16. But pay attention to the bounce on weekly chart of decision point 1. Bottom line is, I'm thrilled to be back. It's been an incredibly fascinating day when we're witnessing that stock market volume is 50% higher as usual. It's very, very difficult to believe that when we're trading these minor charts. All the levels are still in a play. When market gives you floppuccino, you go get cappuccino. Very, very critical to remember that. As we've been discussing on S&P, it's been a corrective hour. Don't babysit the fluff. Know your levels. So those of you who know Alpha Wave Trader Method will review what will happen on S&P at 1753. But again, based on the current structure, I would be surprised if trend will end here. And here's the moment of truth on oil. Will oil finally blast through these levels and continue much further up? Once again reminding you the power of patience and discipline. If market gives you floppuccino between 9:30 and 12:30, pretty please to walk away. Come back when price showing you power. So I will give you projections on the oil for the rest of the day, all right? Because what do we know? We know if oil blasts through the danger zone, on my chart, it migrates into much larger time frame. So again, danger zone remains intact. And if these levels are broken, price will migrate to 94.22, 95.56, and to 96.08. But you're witnessing the very, very critical danger zone trend exhaustion level. My trail is even closer as 2 targets had been reached. My trail is 94.65. So once again, if you know how to trade pure price action, and if you leave your ego at the door and obey patience and discipline, you know what to do. You don't need me guiding you through the trade. Incredibly thrilled to be back, guys. Incredibly in love with New York, Hamptons, magnificent, spectacular, beautiful fall in New England, and incredibly thrilled to be back. I'm certainly keeping my fingers crossed for drastically more exciting hour, exciting day tomorrow. So there we go. Will price finally blast through and make it to 95.22? Again, it's a stepping stone. This is how price moves. This is how critical these levels are. Before you ever become position trader, watch for powerful buying opportunities at the end of the minor trend. This exact same formula as oil 1 hour, where oil heading to next most critical level in the market structure, the end of the minor trend. And let's take a look and let's see where Apple is currently as our trade finally picking up this steam, blasting through danger zone levels. Would love to see what oil will do at 95.22, but again, danger zone means my trade is exhausted. Third target 94.83, trailing carefully, trail 94.69, very close. For all the reasons you learn in Alpha Wave Trader club course. I would be stunned if price will blast through, because I know to respect my best friend forever. This is it. This is simple. Can you obey the rules? Can you wait for perfect moment? Can you walk away from computer when market gives you fluff? Only you know the answer. But it can't get any more simple. More simple the method is, higher the success rate. 4 rules: patience and discipline. Walk away when fluff and correction is here. That's all you need. Pure price for entry and Fibonacci for exits. So the trade we waited for incredibly patiently, finally moving up. So again, if we're going to blast through the range charts, will be incredibly critical to see what price will do when it will visit the end of the minor trend on our guiding light 1 hour. So again, this is my fourth level on range charts. My trail is even closely 94.71. Those of you guys who are in class, Fernando, it's your first one. Please make sure you take a break, and please make sure Fernando already left, which is a good thing. You prepare a notepad and you take all the notes. Okie dokie, so we're blasting through all of my targets on range charts. I'm going into the wave expansion and paying attention to my longer term charts, which is 1 hour. So I went to the larger time frame expansion. I'm adjusting my stop to break even, which means we're migrating into hourly charts because price barely broke through 5 of my targets. And pay attention to how magical the puzzle is. Decision point 1 on larger wave expansion is reached, which we know is drastically more important, most important level in the market structure. That's how price moves between the waves. 5 are formed, you are out. Danger zone is broken, you're going into a larger time frame, but you have to respect the levels, know where to take profits off the table. That's simple. Decision point 1 on 1 hour, 95.22, because 1 hour gives me drastically more different wave formations. Formula remains the same. Exactly the same most critical level where oil collapsed from on monthly charts. Know what not to enter into. All the levels drawn on monthly charts 16 months ago. And please do remember this level to the downside on S&P 1753. You're witnessing how critical this level is. Because it's simply the end of the minor trend. The same formula applies. It doesn't matter if it's S&P 1 hour, if it's oil 8 range, or if it's oil 1 hour, or if it's stock weekly. Whatever it is, formula remains the same. That simple. Just play by the rules. The end of the minor trend is most critical level in the market structure, because we always have minor trend. We not always have major. Reminder, know your levels. That's simple and that clear. That's all there is. The magnificent wave, very powerful wave that went 33 ticks is over. I had not been able to break through decision point 1. So there we go. Again, remember your levels. Remember how critical to respect each and every level and to take profits off the table. And do not ignore what S&P will do at 1753. We'll review everything tomorrow.